Hi, welcome to my allotment update. It's early March. I've been busy, but not as busy as I hoped to be because I hurt my knee and my back. I was injured at work around 10 years ago. My back's never been as strong, despite doing all the exercises the physio gave me. So I've just got to take it easy. So I've not been down for a couple of weeks. But I came down yesterday. And I've started removing the polytunnel cover. Before I hurt my back and my knee, I was trying to dig out this trench because we trenched in the allotment polytunnel, and it's, as I mentioned, it's just totally waterlogged and completely horrible soil, and I don't think stabbing it a few times when you put it in is really going to help. So let me show you what I've been doing. So can you see, you've got to dig down about 2 foot to trench your polytunnel cover in. So that's quite a significant depth, which you're digging beyond. You know, it's a big reach for your back to dig into, like 2 foot down. So I would definitely recommend not using the trenching in method. I would definitely recommend using the battens and attaching the polytunnel to the cover to the actual frame rather than digging it in, because it really does damage the soil structure and the drainage wherever you are. I think in the land it's not going to be good. So once I've dug it out, which is incredibly difficult, I'm covering it back, sort of just putting the soil back in, and then I'm going to, once I've done that and taken these slabs out, which I'm hoping to get some help from some friends tomorrow to get these out, I'm going to cover it all in a good layer of mulch, and then probably over the weekend I'll be moving these fruit bushes. I still haven't managed to get the hops out. It's incredibly deeply rooted, which is really worrying, because it's obviously not a good plant for this situation, especially with my pergola thing not being very strong. It actually wobbles quite a bit. Don't know if you can see that. That's just a gentle push, so it's really not going to bear a more gigantic hops plant than there's been on there already, because it's only growing on one side as well, and across the top, so it's not balanced. Oh, I've got loads of newts in the pond, lots and lots and lots of little newts, which is really exciting. You've got to sit here for a while though and be really quiet before you see them, but you might be able to see some sort of wiggliness on the surface of the water, because that's what the newts do to attract a mate. I think they do a little wiggle dance. So you can either see this kind of weird sort of wiggly ripple on the pond surface, or you can see little bubbles coming up. But they know I'm here, so they're going to be hiding away. I've usually got to sit here for about 5-10 minutes before they start moving again, or before I notice where they are. So it's all very still at the moment. I can see it. Oh, yep. They really, really like this water nasturtium. That's the deepest part of the pond. It goes into about 2 or 3 foot down there. They really like it though. get very relaxed sitting and watching the newts in the pond. They're so graceful and very shy. So let me see what else is happening. Right, so I've kind of got as far as that, taking the cover off. I'm not going to take the cover off completely of this bit here until I've found somewhere for the things that are in there to be safe while we're covering it. I've got a few things like my strimmer and bits and bobs that I don't want to expose. But I've also done this just to give me an idea of the size. So I'll show you. I'll shut this door. So this door is going to be going onto the other side. That's Ruby's gorgeous picture, painting of the cosmos. Right, so this is going to be the full extent of my poly from now on. So I'm going to be having two doors that are going to be closing together against here, and that's I'll put my strimmer and my lounger behind there, and this will all be just for plants, which is exciting. So I've got some, I think that's chervil and watercress and parsley, which have survived the winter in here. I really like this, so it's going to be a hybrid polytunnel and fruit cage. So once we've dug all this up and Jim's come to fix the door and help me put the new cover on, I'm going to be putting a pigeon net over there, and that's going to be a fruit cage, which would be lovely. There's lots of things I've learnt about polytunnels since having one, and I think probably the main one is don't trench it, because it's too much effort to try and recover it or whatever. But yeah, if I show you in here, I can show you what's one of the reasons it's, well, I had a big tree above it, which wasn't a big tree when I first put the polytunnel in, but it became a very big tree. But quite soon after I got the polytunnel, magpies put holes all along the ridges, trying to peck the insects out. So that really weakened my polytunnel a lot. So I'm hoping with a bit of the pigeon net over, it's just going to increase the strength of it as well. So this lungwort is beautiful, it's flowering. So I'm hoping that's going to be colonising along here. This woodruff is still hanging in there. I'm not sure, probably doesn't like being moved very much. Astrantia is coming back, which is fantastic. And I've still not figured out what this plant is, which I found on a friend's old plot. He said I could take whatever I wanted, which was grand because this was just in a tub. But I really love the form of it. I love the way it grows. I love the shape of the leaves, and they're slightly hairy, which makes me think maybe it comes from a slightly warmer place so that it can gather water droplets underneath its leaves when it gets dry. So, but I still haven't figured out what it is. My lady's mantle, it didn't like being moved. I don't like being moved, but it's not died. So I'm hoping it's going to start putting on some growth soon. Chives are moved from beside the polytunnel. I like having lots of chives to eat, as well as I just love the flowers, they're very pretty. So this wood pile here, I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it, or where can I use it, because obviously when this is all rebuilt I'm going to be having crops along this side as well down there, and I need there to be room to move around, so I need to be moving a lot of this here, and like I said, I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. Let me see, I can't really get past there right now, so just bear with me. This is lovely to see. And these beautiful snowdrops I got from my neighbour. All these beautiful daffodils flowering. Really excited about that. So I'm going to be developing this little area a little bit more. It's a bit too much nettles at the moment, so I'll have to have a think about that, because I've got a grandson, and although I love eating nettles, or making nettle tea rather, I don't want there to be lots and lots of nettles to sting me and my family. So I'll have to see what I can do around there. Oh, we've just had a fantastic musician move in to a house nearby. Keeps breaking out these riffs and they just sound incredible. So yeah, I'm going to be moving these fruit trees. It's a blackcurrant. It's really old now. I've had it about 5 or 6 years from my friend Susan, and I've propagated it as well. So I'm going to be putting that into the fruit cage. So I think that's about all for the moment. I've still got to do some, put like brick paths along there. But I'm trying to prioritise what's important because of my health conditions. So I'm trying to not do too much all at once, because that just means that I won't be able to come down for weeks. So that needs to be in my brick path along there, and I still need the timber for there, but I'm hopeful over Easter to get some from the other plot that got rid of a shed. They should be down over Easter. So yeah, I think that's all for the moment. I hope this has inspired you. I hope you're not too appalled that I'm digging out a polytunnel and changing it, and I hope to convince you to get digging wherever, or get growing wherever you live and however much space you have, even if it's a window box. It's just time to start thinking about what you want to grow now. So thank you very much for watching.